Cock with your girl Lo, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about money.
See me at my show, cause we living on the right side.
So today on my channel is going to be my first video dedicated to my Talk with Lo playlist on my channel. And I just kind of, this playlist on my channel, I want it to be dedicated to just videos that I think are significant to talk about. And I truly do think money is definitely one of those things. And 20s, and being your 20s and just handling money, and why it is so stressful to handle money. And you know, 20s usually you're starting to get out on your own, you're trying to figure things out on your own, and sometimes, and a lot of people, they don't have guidance. They were never taught like, oh, this is how you handle money from the ground up. So I want this video to just be about open discussion about it. And I don't want this video to be like a lecture. I don't want that to be the vibe at all, because disclaimer right now, I am not a financial advisor, not in accounting, none of that. But I just want this to be more of, oh, like I'm with my friend and we're just talking about our mistakes, our tricks, our struggles with money. So let's get right into this video. Let's do it. So number one, if you have a check and if you are working to the bone for work and your boss thinks that your job is your livelihood and it's your only oxygen, you need to know where your money's going. Because it's kind of funny how, I mean, it ain't that funny, but you can get paid and 2 weeks later, your check done vanished and you don't have a clue where any of it went. And yeah, you took care of your bills and stuff, but you should have had some money left, and it's zero or it's in the negative. Mini story time. A year and a half ago, especially when I was not caring where my money was going at all. Have you ever called a bank teller and you're trying to like waive, like you're trying to like kind of waive the negative account balance, and you call,
you know, your account is in the red and this is the third time it's happened, and do you want to, you can come and speak to an advisor, and you just
and you don't know what else to say on the line. You're kind of like, yeah, I know, can we just waive it? That's embarrassing. And that was a normal act. That was a normal event going on for me. I was a regular tender of calling the bank. I was a regular caller of the bank to waive the red accounts. And that, we're just not doing that no more. No more negatives, no more reds. And budgeting definitely helps prevent that. And I budget everything from my rent to like the fun things I want to do throughout the month. Everything in between. I take care of it, and I put it through you can put on a piece of paper, a paper that you are not going to throw away, a budgeting app, a budgeting program on your laptop, whatever the case may be. Budget. Okay. Number 2, emergency fund. There's just always situations that I'm like, oh no, that won't happen to me. No, I'm good. And it ends up happening to me. A lot of things happen to me, and emergency funds be coming in handy. And the reason why I don't use emergency fund with a credit card is because, yeah, that credit card would take care of the situation that day, but then now I'm obligated to pay that money back to the credit card. And I don't be smiling and grinning when it's time to pay a credit card bill. I am annoyed. And I try to do all I can for that not to be, I just try to do all I can to stay with, I try to do all I can to not lean on debt to rescue me out of situations, because it ends up being more of a headache. And learning too that when emergency fund gets dipped into, I got to get the momentum to build that stuff back up. It can't just be a dry emergency fund, because I was finding myself using emergency fund and then I wouldn't put money back into it. And that defeats the purpose. So it needs to be a flourishing emergency fund. It can't be a dry bone, y'all. No. So build that emergency fund. And I took the FPU class with Dave Ramsey. And his first tip was to help people get out of debt. That's what the class was dedicated to. The first thing was to build an emergency fund up to $1,000. Now, I ain't blessed like that. I couldn't just drop $1,000 like that. But it took me 2.5 months to do it, and I finally got it to 1,000. And it was great, like just be able to kind of got in that habit of like making sure that I did all I can to keep the momentum, to keep it reaching back to 1,000. And yeah, it saved me. It just works. It works. So number 3, the enemy of overusing plastic. When I step into a store and I just got paid, put that in there and drop that and get 2 of those. Such thing is an emotional tug to money. And he was kind of saying that, like, debit cards and credit cards, they are built to be convenient. They're built to be easy. That's what, like, that is what they're made for. So you're not going to feel emotional pull when you keep overusing your debit card or credit card, because you're not physically seeing your money decrease. But cash, paper cash, yeah, your wallet's getting lighter. You're seeing less and less money in that wallet. It's starting to look like a black hole. Yeah. And it makes you more hesitant about the purchases that you're going to make. And I used to thought it was embarrassing, but now what I'm trying to buy, if it's not matching in my wallet, I'm like, yeah, you can take that back. I don't need that. And it'd be embarrassing sometimes, because sometimes people want to have like a stare off with me as register, like as if I'm in denial about giving them back the item, and I'm like, okay, I can't afford it. Can you just take it back, please? Yes. So the overuse of plastic and the unemotional attachment that can stem from that can put you in some financial hardships. So yes, the overuse of plastic can be deadly. Great. All right. Well, I mean, that's not great, but y'all know what I meant. What number are we on? Number 4. There was like this new standard for 20-year-olds that, like, it still shocks me. And okay, it's like the new standard for a 20-year-old is like a millionaire. They have 10 hustles on the side. They are already entrepreneur. They already have their own business. They are rocking all the newest brands, the Gucci and the Chanel's and Louis Vuitton and the that new brand Drew. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm not knocking any of these brands. And I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, you just wish you could afford them. You just can't afford them." You're right. I can't afford them. You're right. I cannot afford them. But it's almost like this obligation to purchase these items. It's like social media has found a way to be like, oh yeah, you need to wear this. You need to know what's in. You need to know what's trending. And those businesses, yes, they need to make sure they're making money. They need to stay relevant. I get that. This force, so like, oh, you don't know what this item is, you should know what this item is. Because there's been times where I talk to people and I don't have a clue about the newest Chanel bag. I have no clue about Louis Vuitton. And I be feeling like out the loop or feeling left out and feeling bad, like I should know what those things are or I should have purchased them. Investing, y'all, building yourself some wealth. And I'm not talking about, I don't want to things like the love of money. I'm not saying that. I don't want to get caught because there's much more things significant than money. But I truly believe money can be a tool to help you thrive and achieve things and better the world and just better yourself. And when you understand how to invest and how to keep money somewhere to help it grow over time, I think that's amazing. I'm here telling someone I wanted to invest and like learn more about that, and they laughed at me. They should have laughed at me. They said, "Oh, so you want some rich people problems?" Y'all, that is yourself, and you want to strive to be better, and you want your money to follow. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I'm realizing too, if someone has a standard for themselves, that does not mean it needs to be your standard for yourself. And that's it, you guys, on my discussion with you guys and our little chit chat on money. And I hope this video made sense. And if there's any comments or advice that someone else has or resources that are awesome when it comes to money, please leave it in the comments below. And just love if you guys would like and share and subscribe. And thank you so much for the subscribes for my first story time in the falls on Instagram. I appreciate the love and support so much. But talking with Lo is over. Break time is up. And it's time to clock out with your girl Lo. I love you guys. Bye.